Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Peace. Today's video is going to be some more small business tips, and I'm going to be focusing on shipping today, specifically shipping in the UK. I'm sure I'm not the only person, but shipping can really be the bane of your business existence because the options in the UK, they're not doing it. Let's not lie. I've definitely had some ups and downs, and that's when it comes to domestic shippings. I do a lot of international orders, then Brexit as well. There's just been a lot that's happened in the past year. I'm just going to kind of go through what I use to ship for domestic, European, USA and international orders, and hopefully you're able to pick up some tips for when you start your business if you haven't started, or to even solve any issues you're having with shipping if you're currently having them, which unfortunately is pretty likely. So when it comes to domestic shipping, as many people I used to use Royal Mail. It is the most accessible. There are post offices everywhere, and especially when you're starting off, you do tend to have to take your stuff to the post office. There are post offices everywhere, and that makes it most accessible. Their prices are really decent in comparison to a lot of other shipping couriers, and also they have different prices for different sizes of packets. So if you're someone who just sold like jewelry and sent things in an envelope, you could get really favorable rates, whereas a lot of couriers only work with a parcel size of a certain size and above. So yeah, I did used to use Royal Mail for the longest time, but then Brexit happened, lockdown happened, and the parcels were just going missing. As a small business, you will feel the brunt of these missing parcels a lot more than larger companies, and it was just getting ridiculous. Not just missing, parcels were getting delayed. That's the thing, I was thinking parcels were going missing, and it just turns out that parcels I was sending by first class were getting there 3-4 weeks later. And I'm so grateful for my very kind and understanding customer base, but it's so frustrating because, especially for me and my business, I really have made customer experience one of my key aims with it. And having a courier that makes people's parcels delayed by that much, especially when it's out of your hand, it's just not it. And even when you're sending them with tracked, even when you're sending guaranteed delivery, it was still just so delayed. And I know that they were really overwhelmed. So at the same time, it's not like they're maliciously trying to get me, but they weren't doing what I needed to be done for my business. So I was just like, something's got to give. A few months ago, I actually started shipping with DPD. DPD are actually rated the best courier in the UK by consumers. They do make the shipping experience really, really good for customers. They ship by next day. I think that's like their slowest delivery. And even on that next day, customers will get a text or an email saying you can change your delivery window, you can choose to pick it up from a local shop, you can deliver to a neighbour, leave in a safe place. The only thing with shipping with DPD, actually it's not the only thing, there are a few things with shipping with DPD you've got to keep in mind. They're not as accessible for new businesses. You do have to have a minimum amount of, I believe it to be 15 parcels per week, and even then, another con, they're not the cheapest. And I was willing to kind of brunt some of that cost because it can be a lot, and I didn't want to pass that all on to my customers. And because I said I really want my customers to have a good customer experience, I was willing to take on some of that cost, but just making sure it made sense for the profitability of my business. But it's not cheap, and the less parcels you send, the more expensive it's going to be. But also they come and do collections, and that just makes life a lot easier. So if you're someone who runs your business from home or even from an office, instead of you having to take it to the post office, they come and get it from you. And when you're doing it all by yourself, those are the kind of things that can just save you so much time. And another thing, their prices are all based on parcel sizes of about 1 kg minimum. So they don't really have favourable rates for people that send things in envelopes, for example. If you're someone who sends things in parcels like me, of like 1 kg up, and you're doing a fair amount of orders a week, and then you know that you can consistently do that, then DPD are, I would say they're very much a good option. And also when it comes to the price, this is where the negotiation part comes in. Yeah, anytime you have an account manager, or anytime you sign up for something and they say that they're going to call you to give you a quote, like if there's no set price list, then that means the price is up for negotiation, because they can be a bit cheeky with the prices they offer, I'm not even gonna lie. And even the prices they offer, bearing in mind, I think they put on a 9% fuel surcharge, have congestion charge fees. So if you send a lot of parcels in London, which congestion charge is normally central London, but no, they have a whole list of London postcodes that you get charged extra for. And then also, if you're not VAT exempt, then you're gonna have to pay 20% VAT on top of that. So another, I think, accessible option for small business owners are Hermes. When I was on my search to escape from Royal Mail, I did come across Hermes, and they have really decent rates. They also pick it up from your location, and I think they ship in 2 days, maybe 3 days. And yeah, it's door-to-door deliveries, track. However, I don't know if we're all familiar with Hermes' reputation, but it's not good. And Hermes were actually doing contactless delivery before lockdown was a thing. Again, I just don't want that customer experience for my customers, so I just didn't want to take that leap. It was tempting. When I came to look into my courier options properly and I saw the different prices and different pros and cons of each, I saw why a lot of businesses use Hermes, because they basically do everything DPD do, but for like a fraction of the price. I think thank God I'm in a position where I don't have to use them essentially, so I'm not going to. Like, I would rather lose that bit of profit and give my customers a better experience, because in the long run that will make your business more profitable when people know that their parcels are not going to be thrown on the roof. But having said that, I'm sure Hermes don't always do that, so you can definitely also check them out. I'll leave links to all of these couriers in the description bar. When it comes to my European shipping, I used to ship with Royal Mail, and that used to do me fine. Yeah, once again, the missing parcels were even worse than the UK, like literally 6 weeks later. I need to even be willing to wait that long and just be that understanding. I can't even express how grateful I am, but it's just not on. So after I think 2 instances of missing parcels, I just moved. Because I actually have this website that I do a lot of my international shipping through, and yeah, no one speaks about it. It's called Transglobal Express, kind of like a compare the supermarket for different couriers, but their focus is literally on getting you affordable global shipping. Through Transglobal, I actually send my European parcels through a courier called Landmark DDP. For those of you that don't know, DDP means that me as the shipper is the one who's going to brunt the costs of like custom fees and duties, taxes. I didn't like the fact that my loyal customers from before Brexit would have to bear the brunt of this extra cost because of the new laws, so I definitely just decided to take that cost on. But through Transglobal, you can also just compare prices, because it might vary between which European countries you send to. I tend to just send to Germany, Spain, France, Italy, I think Netherlands sometimes, but maybe there are other European countries where the costs might be more favourable. For my USA orders, I actually again send through Transglobal, but I use the USPS options. USPS Smart Mail, they actually have a service where it's literally England to USA. So with most other international couriers, they're obviously going to give you prices for England to every country and other countries to other countries. Whereas this USPS Smart Mail, and USPS is like America's Royal Mail, so they already have like that economies of scale and they can offer more favourable rates because of this. But their route is literally England to USA. I also used to ship to USA through Royal Mail once upon a time, but yeah, as I've explained, those days are gone. So I use USPS Smart Mail very, very often because I do get frequent USA orders. Yeah, I'm actually looking into DHL. I know DHL is also another option that people use. DHL shipping is very fast, as we know, so I want to see what rates they kind of offer me. I'm getting ready to negotiate that down because I know these people now. I want to see if there's the option to implement like an express USA option onto my store, because I think that would be really good. I think USPS Smart Mail deliver in about 10 days, maybe 7 to 10 days. When it comes to other countries, because I know I've only touched on Europe, America and England, I actually still ship with Royal Mail after all of that, and I don't know why my shipping to these other countries have always gone smoothly. I've shipped to Nigeria, Japan, Australia, Canada, and they have always gone smoothly. Literally, I remember when I shipped to Japan, my heart was beating, and the customer posted it like a week later. I was just like, I can't believe it came this quickly from London. So I'm just like, Royal Mail, it's when I'm sending it to, sorry, that's when you want to lose my parcel, but Japan is when you want to be on time. I don't know for them, but yeah, right now it's still working for me. I've actually also shipped to Australia through Landmark DDP as well, because I found that their rates were much better than Royal Mail. But yeah, nowadays I just do a comparative analysis and seeing who's offering the best rates, because yeah, I think a lot of times it can just vary by what's going on in the world, or I don't even know. I think these people just do what they feel like on a given day. So yeah, I think overall I would just say do your research, because I think a lot of times we just settle for what everyone else is doing. If you look back at any of my videos, you will see this common theme of just not doing what everyone else does just because it's there. Do your due diligence in making sure that you have the best option for you and your business and your business's needs. There is a lot more out there than meets the eye just because no one's willing to do the research. And I was an example of this because I too was there suffering with Royal Mail for how long when I could have literally just jumped ship to these better options that I found a long time ago. And yeah, I really hope you picked up something useful from this, and I will see you again next week. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and let me know any other video ideas or anything else you would like me to touch on in a future video. Bye.